I guess I believe there are a number of reasons why Conservatives like Boris Johnson and Jacob Rees-Mogg despise John Major. It may be due to his compassion, his moderate politics, his integrity, but perhaps more than those, they hate the guy because he's not one of them. His family was from a lower middle class background. Major, of course, disagreed with Mogg and Johnson on Brexit, which he perfectly ripped apart in this interview he did with the BBC. Have a listen.
Well, I don't think it's done anything good. If I may just reflect on it for a moment. It's made our country weaker, poorer, and that is emphatically not in the interest of our country. The world saw us as a member of the European Union. It was a megaphone to magnify our power in the world. So instead, we are isolated and outside.
Did it have to be thus? I mean, could Brexit not have, if delivered in a different way, could it not have fulfilled the promise of those who advocated it, which is that it would make us richer and more free?
But it's done exactly the reverse, hasn't it? What has happened to all the benefits of Brexit that we heard about?
Well, maybe they're yet to come.
Well, I don't recall people saying during the election campaign, in 10 or 15 years' time, maybe 20, we'll have some benefits of Brexit.
But do you not grant that there could be...
No, stop a minute. It was going to be milk and honey straight away. And it wasn't milk and honey. And Brexit was sold to the nation on the basis of things that haven't happened and couldn't have happened. There was a great degree of misapplication of reality, if I can put it in that delicate way.
Do you mean lies?
That's another way of putting
it. That's another way of putting it. Well said. You know, it was based on lies. And you had liars like Nigel Farage, Boris Johnson, Nigel Farage in particular, who had his own show on LBC where people would call in and describe problems in society. And his solution was, well, if we leave the European Union, we'll be able to fix that problem. The NHS waiting list. Leave the European Union, it will bring down the NHS waiting list. We can't access housing. Leave the European Union, you'll be able to access housing. So whatever the problem, his solution was, of course, leave the European Union. The problem was immigration, too high. If we leave the European Union, we'll be able to bring down immigration. What has happened since then? Now the problem, the fundamental problem, of course, when it comes to lies, is the media not calling them out. Some people called it out, but the mainstream media refused to challenge Nigel Farage, challenge Boris Johnson, challenge Michael Gove, and expose their lies. And even after it all happened, what happened to these people? Did they go away with their tail between their legs? No, they were amplified once again. And now we have Nigel Farage on a second occasion, after everything that has happened, talking about, well, we need to leave the European Convention on Human Rights in order to bring down immigration. And unfortunately, the media is not challenging him on that, asking him exactly how would that work, and what about the Good Friday Agreement? When it came to Northern Ireland, in respect to Brexit, Northern Ireland was an afterthought of the British government. It was an afterthought of Brexiteers. Those of us who actually cared about the situation kept trying to talk about it, tried to bring it up, and we were shouted down. Northern Ireland will not be a concern, Northern Ireland will not be an issue. And here we are once again. The likes of Farage and certain Conservatives talk about leaving the European Convention on Human Rights, and they will not mention the Good Friday Agreement, which is a cornerstone of peace in Northern Ireland, and the Human Rights Act is a cornerstone of the Good Friday Agreement. We need people like John Major. They don't make politicians like this anymore. Somebody who's willing to call this rubbish out, to call out the liars, the charlatans, and the crooks. But unfortunately, it's too late, it seems. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.